One of the sort of fun things to watch lately, and it's fun in the sense of it being disaster porn, quite frankly, it's been to see not only the radicalization of right-wing media like Newsmax and OAN, but also seeing the low-rent characters that have been introduced to us through these networks. So we've come to know people like Sidney Powell and Lynn Wood, Mike Lindell from My Pillow, or as I like to call him, Mike Pillow. The various hosts and reporters on OAN and Newsmax who either couldn't get jobs at serious news outlets or used to work there and were laid off or quit or got fired or whatever the case may be. I have a new one for you today. All right. Newsmax interviewed a woman named Rachel Hamm. That's with two M's, Hamm. Rachel Hamm is a barely known radical right-wing Christian. I have no idea why Newsmax even wanted to interview her, but they did. And she went on air and she said Donald Trump has been the best thing for Christianity since Jesus. Yeah, I'm like Jesus Christ, the guy. Listen to this. She is responding to claims that some have made that Donald Trump has not been a good Christian nor good for Christianity. Rachel Hamm believes he has been great.
In fact, a catastrophe for Christianity.
Well, I have to laugh. President Trump was the best thing to happen to the Christian church in America since maybe Jesus. So, yeah, that's ridiculous. I read the article. I thought if it weren't, I don't know. I didn't know if he actually believed the things he was saying, but he is not in touch with what the evangelical church thinks at all.
So, okay, Trump, the best thing for Christianity since Jesus. It sounds sort of weird, but this is a woman who's been invited to speak, so she must know what she's talking about, right? I don't know. I have no idea why she's on TV. We researched Rachel Hamm. She has a YouTube channel with 23,000 subscribers. Okay. She wrote a book called Life Beginning, which is about her connection to God. And she has a website where she sells online courses and ebooks, and she will give you advice and this type of thing. So I don't know what's more sad, that this is the person that Newsmax was able to get to talk about how great of a Christian Donald Trump is or was, or that Newsmax is even willing to have Rachel Hamm on to make these claims. Like, I don't know who's dragging down whom. It's not completely clear to me. And this, by the way, is another example of the unhealthy level of idolizing politicians that I've been warning about for years now. I've warned the left and right about this. When I saw cults of personality developing around Tulsi or Andrew Yang or Bernie, whoever, like agree, disagree with people's politics, I think it's a bad idea to deify any politicians. That includes the left and the right. This is taking it to the extreme. The best for Christianity since Jesus. This is very, very, I mean, again, these seem like sick people to me. To me, this doesn't seem like it's someone who's emotionally well placed within the world. But so much like we've been talking about the Republican Party becoming more about performative outrage, this is another element of modern republicanism that is either going to destroy the party or they'll have to root it out. I don't know that this is a party that, I mean, a lot of us obviously don't take people like Rachel Hamm nor Newsmax seriously as it is. But to the extent that Newsmax will play a role in the modern right wing movement and the Republican Party or the Trump party, if Trump decides to create a third party, this is not going to be, you and I might say it's obviously humiliating. They won't see it that way, but I still don't think it's useful because there are Republicans who find this type of nonsense just not good politics. They think it's unproductive for them. And that's often the strongest word they're willing to use. It's not productive. It's sort of like Susan Collins being perpetually disappointed by what Donald Trump did. It's kind of a toothless phrase. But in any case, it is going to be a drag on the Republican Party. And this is a real challenge. For years we've been hearing demographic shifts mean Republicans will never win Texas again. And so far they keep winning Texas. Maybe at some point the demographic shifts will take Texas from Republicans. This combination of factors seems very serious. 64% of Republicans willing to leave the party and follow Trump to a third party, as we talked about earlier. The conservative media audience increasingly split between Fox, Newsmax, OAN, and others. The Trumpy, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Lauren Boebert, Madison Cawthorn wing of the Republican Party, increasingly at odds with people like Mitt Romney, not exactly a liberal by any stretch of the imagination. All of these things together really could spell disaster for the Republican Party. I hope it happens, and we'll continue following it.